Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Slashbacks, and today we're going to be reviewing the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out in 2022. Now, when they announced the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I wasn't really thrilled about it because this franchise has kind of been fucking butchered enough, really. For example, from the new generation.
You sit the fuck down and shut up.
Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Welcome to Texas, mother.
And because since the last movie we got was Leatherface that came out in 2017, I felt like this franchise has been through the ringer enough, and I felt like the best thing to do with this franchise is just to leave it be and do something else besides make another fucking movie about it. And yet here we are. See, they announced this movie way back when, and obviously my reaction wasn't no the best. However, when I saw that it was being directed by the same director that did the 2013 Evil Dead, I actually had a little bit of hope for this movie, and I thought, you know what, this franchise has been shit on long enough. And it just made me thought, maybe they'll pull through, and maybe we'll get a good movie like the reboot from 2003, and probably would give us something new and, exciting again, and make people interested in Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a franchise. But then hopes were fucking murdered when they decided to kick the director out, and introduce a director that I don't really know much about. He did, anything horror related that he's done was Bloodfest. Never seen it. Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. It looked like a dark comedy, but I didn't really try to let that get the best of my expectations for this movie. And I thought, you know what? Maybe different director, and maybe we'll get something that we haven't seen before, and it will be something good. That was until I heard that they apparently showed this to a test audience, and it went really bad. You'd think if a movie did bad with a test audience, they would try to fix it. But they said no, and they sold that bitch to Netflix. So, hearing all this made it very difficult for me, as a fan of the franchise, to get really excited for this movie. So, I planned not to ever watch it. Wasn't even going to plan to take a look at it. But of course, I had to check it out just to see, how is it? And, fuck, man. My problem with this movie, you can kind of categorize it into, three main issues that really affects the whole movie. And as I was sitting here watching that movie, it really just bothered me the whole time. So I'm gonna get into a little bit with this and break down this movie as best as I can. This is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. So at the beginning of this movie, you get this kind of murderer, serial killer documentary type deal at the beginning, showing about the events from the first movie. And I actually kind of like that. And this is an introduction of telling us that this is a sequel to the first movie. And I want all of you to understand this is a sequel. Remember that. I have a lot of issues with this trying to be a sequel when it's not a sequel. You get introduced to the main characters, Lila, her sister Melody, Dante, and his girlfriend Ruth. And the murders from the first movie became famous, and because they were never solved, as the movie states. As Lila and Melody leave the gas station, they came across the guy next to their car minding his own business, and Melody gets triggered because he has a gun in his holster.
Who has such a small dick they need to walk around in public with a fucking gun?
Sure, big gun makes you uncomfortable.
I've seen bigger. I'm really sorry about that back there. You don't need me getting mad on your behalf.
That wasn't getting mad on her behalf. That's just being a cunt. So as the movie shows, Lila is a victim of a school shooting. And this is kind of hard to explain because the movie is terrible explaining what is her struggle. Because she has a PTSD, kind of, sort of, to guns, from guns, I don't know. Anyways, so the main characters go off to this abandoned small town called Harlow to set up a utopia for people that want to get away from the city life. Sure, okay. While they're there exploring the place, they find the truck guy that Melody was being a cunt to. And it turns out his name is Richter, and he is their contractor. They have a little back and forth. Richter kind of assumes they're a cult.
So you guys are what, like a cult?
We're the idealistic individuals who want to build a better world.
Yeah, that's a cult.
Okay. And the whole group spots a Confederate flag hanging from a building. Because, you know, it's the South. So Melody and Dante decide they're going to go into this building that turns out to be an orphanage. As Melody and Dante go searching into this orphanage, Melody finds a picture of all the children that used to be at the orphanage. And it has the one kid with his face scratched out. Now, here's my problem with this. They're trying to tell us that Leatherface grew up in this orphanage. Who were the family from the first movie? Were they really his family? Because it kind of just fucks with your head. So what happened to the hitchhiker, the cook, and the grandfather? Who were they to Leatherface then? If he grew up in an orphanage, were they actually his family, or was he just a friend? Like, they're just buddies and pretend to be family. I don't get it. They don't really explain to us that part at all. And you might think, it's like, well, maybe it's a different story. This can't be, because it's apparently a sequel to the first movie. So it's already bothering me when I was watching this, because for something that is a sequel, it's very terrible at tying in the first movie. As Melody and Dante continue searching, they find an old lady and telling her that she needs to leave because they bought the place. She just tells them no because she owns the building and has the title to this building. But Dante has some hate towards her because he thinks she's a racist. Is she? Yes. Maybe. Kind of. But it doesn't matter because the police show up to kick out the old lady. And as the lady has a heart attack and falls to the floor, we are shown this mysterious man. Oh, I wonder who that could be. As the police, the mysterious man, and Ginny, the old lady, go inside the police truck, Ruth decides to go with them to update Dante and Melody on her well-being. While Melody and Dante need to get ready because the bus full of potential buyers are there. Melody, filled with guilt, thinks that Ginny's heart attack was all their fault. Lila and Melody get into it, and this is kind of it's not issue, it's just been bothering me when I saw this scene, because to me, they look the same age. However, the Melody actor is 28 and the Lila actor is 18. But for some reason, to me, they look the same age, so I couldn't tell what was the relationship between that. Was she a guardian? Was she just a bigger sister? Because if it was just a bigger sister, they were talking about their father.
If you move here, I'm moving back with Dad.
And it kind of seems like she's her guardian as well. So I don't really know the relationship between these two characters. They're just sisters, and that's honestly all you need to know. On the way to the hospital, Ginny dies.
Sheriff, I think she croaked. Son of a bitch.
Oh my God.
So after Ginny dies, Leatherface just fucking snaps. And to be honest, this scene is like really well done. And this is the thing it's just really sucks about this movie, is that the gore is great. Like, this is the only Texas Chainsaw Massacre that is probably the best for gore. But the whole fucking plot and the story of it just it doesn't really give you replay value. I can't personally see myself just watching that movie from start to finish. I can only see me watching that movie and skipping to the crazy amount of great gore. That sucks. For something that's so well in the gore department and everything else just fails, it's just like, what the fuck was going on? It's like, why is this story so shit? Why are the characters shit? But anyway, Leatherface kills the cops, shoots the other cop in the neck, and they crash the police van in a tractor. And that cuts to back at the town where Lila walks in on the auto shop and talks to Richter and notices his rifle. Now here's the problem with this scene. For Lila as a character and her whole basically overcoming arc is almost non-existent. Because at first, in the beginning of the movie, you think she hates guns. She's like traumatized by guns because of the school shooting, and she can't handle being around guns. But then she picks up a fucking gun, and then she got PTSD. Alright. But then later on in the movie, she picks up a gun, no PTSD, nothing. It wasn't a fucking challenge for her to do this. She wasn't overcoming shit. So I don't know what her arc is. What is she overcoming? Because I don't know. But at the same time, later on in the movie, she's afraid to act on whatever. So I don't understand what's the purpose of this arc. Is it she afraid of guns, or is she afraid to act when someone is attacking her or someone she loves? I don't know. There give me two reasons to pick and choose from of what is the PTSD, what is her arc, what is she overcoming in this movie. And if you can't manage that from the beginning to end, to keep it consistent, you are failing trying to make me care about that. Like, fuck, dude. Pick a certain trauma that she has to overcome and keep it that one. Don't try to fucking tell me it's one thing and then later on in the movie tell me it's a different thing. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Anyway, Melody finds the text message from Ruth that said that Ginny died, the old lady died. As she's shocked and worried, thinking that, oh my god, Ginny died, this is all our fault. Dante's over there, not even fazed that the old lady's dead. And Melody gets pissed off thinking that they killed her. So Melody goes over to Richter's to go get Lila, and because she wants to leave. There's this weird misleading scene where Melody thinks that Lila slept with Richter. Does that go anywhere? No, it doesn't. It's just fucking there. But Melody tells Lila that the old lady died and they're leaving, and Richter overhears them. It cuts back to the field where Ruth wakes up, starts assessing the crash, and through the mirror notices that Leatherface is practicing his arts and crafts with Ginny's body. Ruth grabs the police radio and pleads for help, but only the guy from the gas station from the beginning of the movie is the only one that hears it. Okay, I guess those two cops were the only two cops around. This movie has dumb shit in it anyways, why not? There's two police officers in the entire area. Okay, sure. Let's go with that. Then the police driver wakes up and Leatherface gives him the good old double tap as Ruth plays dead. As Ruth slowly checks if the coast is clear, and Leatherface kills her.
We've been trying to contact you regarding your car's extended warranty.
Way to go! One main character that had nothing. I had no connection with her. She was just there to fucking die. She didn't even have that much lines or screen time, except for being in the fucking background. One of the main characters, ladies and gentlemen, one of the main characters, comes back to the town after overhearing the news about Ginny's death. Richter takes the keys from the bus in the car, believing that Melody and Dante has something to do with the old lady's death. Dante tries to tell Richter that she had no purpose to be in that place since it belonged to them. But Richter's not trusting Dante, and he tells him to show him their deed to that property and he'll give them back their keys. As Dante looks for the deed, it's not there. Dante says that it's back at the office, and Melody, along with the audience, start to believe that there was no deed in the first place. Anyway, the gas station guy calls Sally, the survivor from the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. As Sally hears the news about the whole thing, Sally decides to lock and load and head off to the crash. Melody and Dante start to search the orphanage, thinking that maybe they left the deed there. And as they're searching, Melody finds the title that Ginny was talking about that confirms that Dante was lying about the deed, and they really did try to kick out Ginny out of her own house. Man, I just fucking love these characters. They're great fucking people. As Dante is looking around the kitchen, he notices the silhouette of Leatherface, and Leatherface attacks him. And there's this nice door swinging scene, and I really like that scene, but they did a cut with it that I kind of wish wasn't there. I kind of wish they did a whole like section where it was just that. It was just the door flipping open and close, and you just see Dante being attacked by Leatherface. I would like that more, but to each its own. Melody checks out to see what the commotion is going on. She notices Dante and Leatherface. As Leatherface looks up the stairs, Melody ninja vanishes. Melody starts to hide in the closet as Leatherface comes up and searches the place, notices the group of buyers from the window, and throws a tantrum and fucking storms off. So Melody tries to go for the window. Window wouldn't budge, so she hides under the bed, and Leatherface comes in and starts hammering the fuck out of the wall. Meanwhile, Dante, some fucking how, wakes up and staggers out of the orphanage, where Richter and Catherine finds him. Sorry I didn't mention this. Catherine is one of the people that work at the bank that helped Dante and Melody buy all the property of the town. As Richter sees Dante, he tells Catherine to stay inside the bus, and Richter grabs his gun and heads right into the orphanage. As that's going on, Leatherface grabs the famous chainsaw from the first movie, and as Leatherface tries to start the chainsaw, he overhears Richter slowly coming up the stairs and decides to hide behind a door. And as Richter slowly about to enter the room, Melody pushes a mirror that was to show Richter that Leatherface is right behind the door. Leatherface attacks Richter, and Richter is kind of doing a good job of holding him back. And like when you think Richter might have like the upper hand in this, Leatherface gives him the old fucking hammer to the fucking legs to change the odds. But still, Richter's like, I'm not going out like a bitch, and he continues to fucking overpower him until Richter gets stabbed in the neck with a piece of broken glass that was stuck in the frame. And he's like, yep, I'm out. Also, what the fuck is up with neck wounds? Neck wounds are just like somewhat fatal, I guess. The cop gets shot in the fucking neck. He wakes up, but then Richter gets stabbed in the neck, and he's just like, I'm done. But it doesn't matter to that point because Leatherface fucking 11 taps the motherfucker with a hammer to the head. And Leatherface storms out of the fucking room. Sally arrives to the police crash, and what the fuck is that I hear? You can hear police on the radio now.
You're the only guys I have 50-mile radius. We need officers in Harlem.
Where the fuck were they the whole fucking time? The only person who heard that was the guy from the fucking gas station. You could have made me believe that it's like there was only 2 cops for that whole area. That's it. That radio message is like, where are the fucking police? Where the fuck were you? Anyways, so Sally finds Leatherface's attempt of a Pamela Voorhees shrine. Meanwhile, Lila is stuck in the bus, but then she realized, oh shit, I'm in this movie too. And decides to get out of the bus and stumbles upon Dante's dead body. Hold on, where the fuck has Lila been for the good portion of this movie? Isn't she the fucking main character? Isn't she like the final girl? Why the fuck is Lila not in this movie as much as the other characters? Except for Ruth, because Ruth didn't do shit. Yeah, where the fuck is Lila? Like, here's the thing. If you changed the final girl from Lila to Melody, I would believe it. Melody has been in this movie for a good amount of time. She's been hiding from the killer. Like, this is some final girl, like, textbook shit, right? But Lila's the final girl. Why? Why is she the final girl? And if they're trying to tell me that the bullshit with the PTSD is why she's the final girl, and their whole purpose of her making the final girl, and they failed to do that, fuck, dude, damn, that's fucked up. I would really much rather have seen Melody be the final girl, the final survivor. Melody grabs the keys that Richter was holding onto and tries to sneak her way up downstairs. And as she thinks she would do a good job sneaking around, avoiding the creaks in the floor, Leatherface throws the fucking hammer and Melody gets sent right through the fucking floorboards. As Leatherface grabs his chainsaw, there's a whole under-the-floor chase sequence. Just to speed through it, Leatherface chainsaws through the floor randomly, scares Melody. Lila calls out for Melody. Melody comes out to the spot where she can escape. Leatherface cuts a pipe. Melody gets shit on, literally. And Melody escapes with Lila. Both Lila and Melody run to the bus, give the driver the keys, and fucking demands him to get the fuck out of Dodge. We gotta go. But somehow Leatherface stops a whole fucking bus. Now, the bus massacre sequence, I should say, is fucking great. The best part of the movie, hands down. Fucking amazing. I love that. I love it. However, I know this was the marking thing, and it was in the trailer, and people thought it was funny. To me, it was a fucking eye roll. The whole, do something, you'll get canceled, bro. That whole line was just a fucking eye roll to me.
It was a freak show.
Ron, what are you doing? Try anything and you're canceled, bro.
It was stupid. We're 50 minutes in this fucking catastrophe, and we are saved for like a small amount of minutes. We are saved by this fucking bus scene, and it's great. I loved it, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Lila and Melody locks themselves in the bathroom and escapes from the roof while everybody's getting fucking slaughtered. And as the sisters are running and looking for help, Sally comes in. For people that were wondering, like me, Sally is not the original actor that played Sally. It's a different actor, it's just the same character. Sisters run into Sally, and Sally tells them to get into her car. And then Sally locks them in the car and uses them as bait for Leatherface. Hold on, give me a minute. This is our hero? What the fuck? Let me just say this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, from the trailers in this movie, I thought they were taking the trend that Halloween 2018 started. We're taking the character from the original, bringing her back in as like an old person and wanting revenge. I know they're different people, but like for someone that is the original character and you want to root for them, why are you making the character that should be the easiest character to like? And you're making her kind of like a piece of shit. Like Laurie Strode. She's hellbent on killing Michael Myers. Fucking got a gun, she goes out searching for that motherfucker. But at the same time, her same priority to killing Michael Myers is making sure none of that shit happens to anybody else. So she is trying to get people to get away from the house, get away from the area that Michael Myers will be in, and she goes in hunting for them. That makes her likable, because she's the hero of the movie. Laurie Strode is like a drunk and gives you reasons why you could not like her, but she's also good in heart. Sally literally is not. As the interactions go with Sally, you can see why, just like, what the fuck are you doing? And just to prove that the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre is heavily influenced by the 2018 Halloween, Sally finally confronts Leatherface. First time in 50 years. She's like,
Say my name. Say you know me. Say you know what you did to my friends.
It's almost like,
Say something.
say something! Huh, for someone that's trying to lightly rip off fucking Halloween, you're doing a very fucking shit job of doing it. With that whole confrontation thing with Leatherface, Sally just wants Leatherface to acknowledge who she is and what he did to her and her friends. But Leatherface doesn't do any of that shit, and he just walks off. Weird. Why? Leatherface has killed everybody. Even Richter, who was pretty much a, like, almost evenly matched fucking threat to him. He kills him. Sally has a gun, and she is now a threat to him. But no, Leatherface hears the girls that are locked in the fucking truck being used for fucking bait, and he goes to them before attacking Sally with the shotgun. And even if that wasn't fucking stupid enough, Sally just fucking lets him walk off! Why? You have him there. You can kill him. Why do you have to do this stupid bullshit? You couldn't, like, maim him, shoot him in the fucking leg? If you really want to keep questioning him, why is it just like, I'm gonna leave him unscathed? Bye. Like, the fuck? So anyway, Leatherface starts attacking Lila and Melody that are in the car, and Sally shoots Leatherface. So what's the fucking point of the other scene? You literally take that whole scene of that confrontation, throw it the fuck out of the movie, and just cut to fucking Leatherface hearing them, attacks them, and then Sally just comes out of nowhere and shoots them. There you go. She used them as bait effectively. And she's not doing this stupid say something shit. And as Leatherface runs away, Sally throws them the keys and tells them to get out of there. Oh my God! Why? What was the fucking purpose of locking them in the fucking car in the first place? Use them as bait, and then they're just done. They're just like, yeah, whatever. I got them once. Fucking go away. There was no purpose to fucking lock them in the car in the first place. Fuck you. Anyway, Leatherface decides to play a shitty Where's Waldo by revving his chainsaw around. Sally somehow can't pinpoint a sound of a fucking chainsaw revving. Leatherface runs out. Sally shoots him in his fucking bulletproof chainsaw. As she's ready to shoot him again, the gun jammed, the gun's out of ammo, whatever. She's like, I got backup, fucking starts stabbing him. But Leatherface doesn't give a fuck about all that and gives her a fucking fatality. Honestly, he did the same kill in the bus scene, but I like this scene a little bit more. I think just because it's not crowded with a bunch of kills and it's just the one person that's getting killed. Yeah, it's good. I like that. You know what I didn't like though? Sally had no fucking purpose in this fucking movie. But she gets thrown into the fucking trash, just like how her character is right now. So, and then Melody decides, we're gonna try to run this motherfucker over. And then as they run, Leatherface throws his chainsaw, breaks their windshield. I guess that fucking chainsaw weighed billions of tons. It was like a fucking brick wall because that shit made them swerve their car into the fucking auto shop, impaling Melody's leg, pinning her to the fucking car. Fuck! These characters are dumb as shit. As Melody realizes her leg is pinned to the car and she's got no way of escaping, Melody tells Lila to save herself. As they go have that back and forth, Lila eventually leaves and runs away. As Leatherface comes in, stalking her, ready to go for the kill, Melody apologizes to Leatherface about killing Ginny. But all of a sudden, Lila, like I said, not scared of guns anymore. All of a sudden, Lila with the gun in her hand, ready to shoot him, and...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So Leatherface chases Lila into the streets, where you would think this is where Lila's going to die. Maybe Melody is the final girl after all? Leatherface suddenly gets shot by Sally. How the fuck are you still alive? Like, what the fuck? Gunshots through the neck, you wake up. Getting stabbed in the neck with a piece of glass, you die. Getting hammered, getting fucking meat cleavered in the face, you wake up. Getting a fucking chainsaw ripped through your fucking entire body and getting tossed into the fucking trash, you're still alive. What is the consistency of this fucking movie? I'm now believing that the kids that fucking got massacred in the fucking bus are all still alive. They have just minor injuries at this point. What the fuck? Because of the gunshots, Sally scares off Leatherface into the theater. As Lila is about to run to help Melody, Sally tells her to finish the job, and if she doesn't finish it, Leatherface will haunt her. If you don't kill him, he will haunt you, and you will never forget him. Oh my god. I don't think the motherfucker's gonna follow me through states. I'm getting the fuck out of here, bitch! Fucking Rule 17, don't be a fucking hero. The fuck? But anyway, Lila grabs the shotgun and heads into the theater, and she leaves Melody still pinned in the car. Family. Melody decides that I think I'm the final girl, so I'm pulling this shit right out of my fucking leg. And well, just to wrap this final sequence up, Lila goes searching for Leatherface in the theater. Lila gets jebaited by a chainsaw. Leatherface fucking spears her into the water. And as they both come out, Lila tries for the gun. Leatherface throws the chainsaw, taking Lila down. You, me as a viewer, can we just talk about how this fucking chainsaw has been the best investment in Leatherface's entire fucking life? It can fucking withstand bullets. It withstand throwing it at a fucking windshield. And you can throw that shit anytime you fucking want. Where is this fucking chainsaw? I need this chainsaw apparently. This is a great investment. Why is no one on this? As Lila starts crawling for the gun, Leatherface kicks it, and then here's the point. This is the point where I was talking about, where Lila has a PTSD thing. At this point, Lila's PTSD situation is now about her not being able to rescue her friends from the school shooter. But in this case, so while Melody comes in and attacks Leatherface, Lila's just sitting there like, should I just lay down and give up? Or should I get up, start taking into action, and save my sister? This is what I mean. The whole arc of her character was one thing from the beginning and became a different thing in the end. But however, Lila this time decides to take action and she shoots Leatherface and Melody chainsaw uppercuts Leatherface, and Leatherface falls in the water and presumably is dead. I'm sorry? If I know this movie where people are surviving fucking chainsaws through their entire fucking bodies, I'm pretty sure a fucking uppercut with a chainsaw is not gonna kill him. Like, it didn't cut his fucking head in half. It was just basically fucking a metal thing smacking you under the chin. And you're trying to tell me he's dead? No. I'm not believing that. Fuck you. Lila and Melody, battle worn, sits in their car, sets the car to autopilot, drives off to the sunset. And, yeah, that's it. Wait a minute. Did I say that fucking Leatherface isn't dead? Man, and you really thought you killed him. You fucking idiot. I know I mentioned Mortal Kombat as like a fatality, but that chainsaw sequence is a little too Mortal Kombat-y. But anyway, that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. They did have a post-credit scene where it was just Leatherface walking back to his old house, which is the only fucking tie since Sally to the original. I'm sorry, wasn't this supposed to be a fucking sequel? I am not accepting this as a sequel. This is not a sequel to the original. This is its own fucking thing. Because besides from the murders, Sally in a house in the end credits, nothing else ties to the fucking first movie. But they try to tell us a different kind of origin, that Leatherface was raised in this orphanage, and somehow him and the Ginny character is somehow like related, but it's just like what story are you trying to tell? Because you're trying to be a sequel, you're trying to be your own thing, you're trying to have gun violent politics, cancel culture, and you're mashing it all into this one thing. No fucking shit, this has blown up in your face. So that was my review for Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Is it really bad? Yeah, it is. And it really fucking sucks that it is. And I was never excited for this fucking movie because of that canceled scene. And I had a great feeling I knew where this was leading to. Now, here's my controversial opinion that is definitely going to piss a lot of people off. Maybe some will agree with me, maybe some won't. Texas Chainsaw 3D is a way more faithful fucking sequel than this fucking piece of shit. I fucking said it. I fucking said it. Yeah.
You need to leave!
Fuck you. It's a way more faithful sequel. There are ties from the first movie where the cops shoots the family, kills all of them. The whole main idea around the whole thing is the family of the first movie. The main survivor girl is one of the last of the Sawyer family. Is Texas Chainsaw 3D bad? It's fucking terrible. But Texas Chainsaw 3D tries to be a sequel more than this movie does. I'm sorry, but you fucking give me Sally and I don't like her, and she doesn't really serve a fucking purpose except for being a fucking knockoff Laurie Strode from the 2018 Halloween. Let's face it, the house is just basic fucking fan service. Just like, oh, it's the house. What the fucking do? Why the fuck do you think I was going to sit there and wait till the end credits? I had to find out about the end credits from other reviews of this movie. This movie could have been good. It really could have been. The gore was so great. It was the goriest and the best gore we ever got from a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. But I cannot look the other way for the rest of this fucking movie. The rest of the movie is just so annoying, fucking stupid. I can't emphasize that enough. It's fucking stupid. Some of the fucking character choices and decisions and the arcs and the storyline is stupid, and it can't be redeemed from this great gore. And I really wish I liked it. I wish I was wrong. I wish it was like, it won't be amazing, but it will be enjoyable. I would like to see it. It's on Netflix. I'm on Netflix a lot. Anyways, that was my review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. It's bad. If you really want to see it, go check it out. Don't expect anything besides a fucking super below average movie. Well, until next time I ever do a fucking review, this has been Slashbacks.